What's up, Vent Crew? It's Saturday. We're back at it. Open it up with some mobility. I want you guys to grab out your Voodoo band, wrap up your high hip. Make sure that you are covering the band in half every time. More tension than you think. Give yourself an exit route. Today, once you're voodooed up, we're gonna go feet together for 10 hinge and touch. After your 10 hinge and touch, the leg that's in the band is gonna only move, and you're gonna do 10 alternating lunges, making sure that you're in a good position in the front, and that you're in some good extension in the back. After that, you're gonna come back for your second round of wide leg, hinge, and touch, and another 10 alternating lunges. As soon as you're done with that, take it off, switch sides, and you'll do the same 2 rounds on the other hip. Once you're nice and prepped with some voodoo flossing, we're gonna get into a 3-round warm-up with an 8-minute cap. So put on an 8-minute clock. If you make it through the 3 rounds before you're done, if you get to the 8 minutes, you're done. First movement, push-up to pike. Whether you have good solid push-ups or not, we're still working on a good solid negative, even if it's a snake back up. And then as we pike, we're driving our heels to the ground, really trying to get our head through into that overhead position. 5, push up to pike, and then you're gonna go into 5 slam ball deadlifts. Just coming up to the waist and right back down, nice flat back. After your 10 slam ball deadlifts, then you're gonna go into 5 slam ball shoulder press. At the top of that shoulder press, really try to get stacked, head through, arms in line with the ears. And then we have 10 alternating lunges. We can step back, we can step forward. Either way, I don't mind. And then you have 30 seconds of top of the push-up shoulder taps. In your shoulder taps, try to minimize how much the body's moving. Try to have as much control as you possibly can. Again, 3 rounds of that or 8-minute cap. Moving on to our skill today. Our skill today is based around the hanging toe-to-bar. So if you can get outside to somewhere where you can hang from a bar, maybe this is at the gym so you can get in here. If not, it could be at like a park or a school. But ideally, we find somewhere to hang. And we're gonna look at a 15-minute window to get through potentially 5 sets of 3 separate movements. The first one would be the strict knee raise to L kick. I'm gonna demo on the rings. Another option you could have outside of the gym. But again, it would be a strict knee raise to L kick. Trying to show as much control as possible. If you feel like you start to sway and do weird stuff, control it even more, slow the movement down. 3 to 5, 3 being if you start getting out of position, only do 3, you got all 5, go all 5. And then we have the kipping knee raise. So we're gonna take that same movement, except we're gonna add in some of our kick. My suggestion is to start with a few hollow to opens, and then we bring in the knee. Kipping is the priority here. This is the skill. So make sure that that kipping happens and we're connecting the kip, even if we have to shorten our range of motion of how high we're bringing our knees up. 3 to 5, same thing applies. If it goes to crap, only 3. If you got it, stay at 5. And then we go into kipping toe-to-bar. So this is the full movement. If you were on a bar, this is our regular one you would see in class. Again, I'm going to use rings. I think rings make it a little bit easier, so if you're an athlete that's really trying to get toe to bars, play with some rings. But kipping toe to rings. Control, control. Headphones falling out. Again, 3 to 5. How I would attack this is I would do 3 of the first one, 3 of the second one, 3 of the third one. That's 1 set. Take a breather, shake your hands out, and then go back through it. You could also adjust those reps as you warm up. Maybe the first round is 3, maybe by the last round you get 5. Ideally, again, we're hopefully hanging from a pull-up bar or some rings or something If not, we have some scales for you later. Moving on to our conditioning today, 2 separate AMRAPs with a 2-minute rest in between. First one is an 8-minute AMRAP of 20 slam ball lunges. Boom, pick the ball up. Let's put it in a good front rack position, almost at the place where you'd be throwing a wall ball. And let's do some forward lunges this time. So alternating till we get to 20. After 20, we drop the ball and we go right into 20 slam balls. Ideally, you're slamming right into your catch position where the ball is in your hand. We get a full extension at the top. And again, I slam it right back into that start position. Butt down, chest up, back flat. Followed by 10 toe-to-bars. So again, that's 20 slam ball lunges, 20 slam balls, 10 toe-to-bar, 8-minute AMRAP. Rest for 2. In your 2-minute rest, breathing, trying to come back down to ground zero. And then you have a 4-minute AMRAP, half of the time before, lunges, slam balls, toe-to-bars, all the reps get cut in half. So instead of 20, 20, 10, it's 10, 10, and 5. Boom, done, smash, strength, skill, condition. Scores, obviously, total rounds and reps, add them all together. Point of performance today that I really want to highlight is that in each of these things, whether that be the skill of your kipping or even in the conditioning, I want you to find a piece that you can work on. Find what your progression is and have that be tangible. Hey, I'm working on this piece. I'm making sure that my kip is priority, even if I cut my range short on my toe-to-bars, or maybe I'm not going all the way down on my slam ball or my lunges because I'm working on positions, etc., etc. Figure out where you can put in some work today. As far as scales go, some of us don't have slam balls, some of us don't have pull-up bars. So for the pull-ups, for the strict knee raise to L kick, followed by the kipping knee raise, followed by the kipping toe-to-bar, we're going to lay you down on the ground. So the first one, the strict knee raise to kick, I want hands on the ground. We're going to pull our knees up, straighten the leg. Pull the knees up, straighten the leg. On my second one, the kipping knee raises. Now we're going to add in the hand overhead. I'm going to pull my knee up, and then I'm going to tuck all the way up. Again, pull the knee, tuck up. And then the third one, the full kipping toe-to-bar. Again, we are forgoing the kipping because we aren't hanging. So this time we're going to take our toes and we're going to try to reach them up on the bar as high as possible. Yes, that skill changes drastically from hanging on the bar, but those are 3 pieces of the puzzle that you could work on if you don't have something to hang. After you get done with all your stuff today, I'd like you to gut smash. So finding something that we can get into our belly. Ideally, it's a little bigger than a softball. If you have like a kid's ball or something like that, it would work great, but a softball works just as well. Let's start thinking about upper right, upper left, lower right. 30 seconds or so of smashing in each little quadrant, and we call that the end of the Saturday. Boom.